Hello everyone, it's Jebro. Welcome to another Guild Wars 2 video, and today is going to be about the game update notes, May 11th, 2021, and it's a big one. It's going to be regarding balance, your character, abilities, boons, removal of boons, addition of boons, all the things. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, check out the twitch.tv/JebroUnity channel. That's where I am most of the time, playing tons of different games as well as Guild Wars 2, and we've been getting right back into it recently as well. I hope you're well, I hope you're good. I know I've not made any builds for a while. That's going to change, as obviously the amulets and everything else has changed. And come May the 11th, I will be making a ton of builds as well. There's not much point right now. I knew that they were going to bring changes, so there was no point in really starting to invest in tons of different builds. But, you know, I'm like, it might happen anyway. Who knows? Anyway, what's happening? There's an expansion this year. What do they do before expansions? They normally do a balance update. Now, I think there's going to be more than just this. There's going to be more info. I've had like a big roadmap and everything else, which I'm going to release a video on as well. You probably already know about it as well, to be honest, but this is big. There's some big things in here, so I'm going to read it. We're going to go through it, let you know my thoughts. Going to have my character in the background because there's a scrapper update as well, which is going to be pretty good for specifically raids, as well as, you know, stuff for your extra bits and bobs that we're going to talk about. But yeah, game update notes, May 11th. I'm excited for this. The launch for new forums will be delayed until tomorrow. Okay, don't worry about that. Oh, new forums. Okay, I didn't know about that. Anyway, skills and balance release notes. It's been a long while since our last major balance patch. I want to say major was last year, but you know. In this update, we're preparing for Camphor by cleaning up long-standing frustrations with boons and conditions, as well as by positioning existing builds as new potential sources of alacrity and quickness in group play. So they want to be adding quickness and alacrity to other classes, so that in PvE and whatnot, you have more options for support. Right now, Scrapper, as you can see on screen, doesn't really do any of that. It's just self. So they're really good at healing, but not much else. Can't really run a hybrid damage heal build. I mean, you can if you really want. Actually, you can play whatever you want in raids, really. We've proved that on our stream as well. Weekly on a Saturday, if you want to come see. 6 p.m. Pacific, come sign up. But yeah, so I haven't been playing that. I've been playing like Druid and Firebrand and Revenant, different things like that offer like alacrity or quickness, or even like Warrior. So among these changes are new duration caps for each boon and condition, a rework of retaliation and resistance boons, and a reversal to the bonus damage state of the Torment condition. This is in PvE. Torment will now deal bonus damage to targets that are standing still instead of to moving targets. This change will enhance Torment's performance in most boss battles and create bigger opportunities for synergy and counterplay in PvP. So it is going to change in PvP as well. Ooh. That sounds fun, doesn't it? It will now deal bonus damage to targets that are standing still instead of to moving targets. So there you go. You have to run around even more. The retaliation boon in PvP has long been a pain point, both in PvE and PvP. It's not particularly impactful to use, and it's never fun to play against. Nope, because you're just, you know, doing damage and you're getting hit, and it just sucks. It's just not a good boon at all. Agreed. We have replaced it with a new boon, Resolution, which complements the existing protection boon by reducing incoming damage from conditions, bleeding, poison, burning, torment, and confusion by 33%. Many current traits and skills use retaliation in some way or to added effect. Those traits aren't going away. Generally, they've been updated to use the new Resolution boon. As always, the detailed patch notes below will tell you exactly what's happening for each profession. Similarly, we are not quite happy with how resistance is a hard shutdown on all conditions, which creates overlapping gameplay with skills that cleanse conditions. We're updating resistance to only affect the non-damaging conditions. In other words, resolution helps reduce damage from bleeding, poison, burning, torment, and confusion, while resistance lets you temporarily ignore blinded, chilled, crippled, feared, immobilized, slow, taunt, vulnerability, and weakness. Since we're reducing the overall effects of resistance, we're also re-evaluating and increasing duration in some skills where it's applied. Ooh, this is interesting. So resistance, as far as I can tell, resistance now is literally not going to be about referring to damage conditions. It's just avoiding some of the cripple and the taunt and the things like that, which is quite cool. Actually, weakness as well. And then you got the revamp, or whatever I'm going to call it, of retaliation as well, which is pretty nice. I'm liking these changes, actually. He's going to discuss, here we go, this is where it's called. I'll go on to this. Boon and condition updates. Resolution. The retaliation boon has been renamed to resolution. So, well, what's good thing to do is, if you don't know what retaliation is, it reflects incoming damage back to its source. Okay? I'm reading this right off the wiki so I don't mess it up. Retaliation is a boon that damages anyone who hits the affected target. The attacker will not be damaged if the attack fails to hit. Retaliation does not reduce or prevent damage taken. Damage dealt depends on the level and power of the retaliation source. Yes. This is going to be a fun one, isn't it? So retaliation boon has been renamed to resolution. Incoming condition damage is decreased by 33%. That is what protection does at the moment. Let's have a look. Protection, just to give you the exact thing that's what's coming. Sorry. Protection boon that reduces direct damage. It does not affect condition damage. Do not forget about that. Protection has always been about power, not condition. So now we've got that as well, which is going to be very interesting. We'll see how that works out. I've got some theories on that, but we'll see when it all comes out, you know, when it all comes out together. Unless otherwise specified, skills and traits that formerly granted or used retaliation now use resolution. So Guardian's going to have a shed load of resolution, actually, which is going to make them pretty good in PvP versus condition builds and stuff. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, especially with the different balance we had in amulets and whatnot recently as well. Okay, so let's think about what else is going on. Resistance, so non-damaging conditions currently on the player are ineffective. Stacks duration. Torment deals damage every second, deals additional damage to foes that are not moving. It's completely gone the other way, so you can't stand still. Now in PvP and World v World, that means you can't, if you've got a ton of Torment, you can't just sit there, you've got to keep moving. PvP and stuff, you're going to be moving anyway, so this Torment's not really going to increase the damage, but if you're on a point, you're going to have to keep walking around, and that means maybe even having to go off node as well, which is quite interesting actually, thinking about it. Duration caps for boons and conditions. Duration stacking boons and conditions now behave consistently. They directly stack durations added from all sources, do not have hidden stack limits, and generally have shorter maximum durations. With most non-damaging condition durations stacking to a maximum of 10 seconds, we aim to reduce situations in which players can become stuck in combat because of a long duration condition preventing them from using their mount. Out of anything they put, that was the reason. Anyway, this is something I'm a little bit confused about because of PvP and whatnot. So again, this is going to be something I'll go to later on, another time. I'm assuming this is getting flanned across everything. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about that. They're changing mantras a bit as well. So acknowledge there are significant flaws with the core gameplay innate to mantra skills. Mantras you have to charge up, then you get some ammo charges to use them. So you, for example, if you're a firebrand and you use one of your mantras, you charge it up by doing a cast. You do the thingy with your hand, and then you get a little 2 down on the ability utility bar here, and that's your 2 charges. So when we switch the Mesmer mantras to an ammunition system, which is, I said ammo, it's the same thing, creating an incentive to not use the final charge. This is a poor use experience and something we have hoped for a long time to be able to come back and address. Needing to prepare for combat by using a sequence of skills with a long casting time is not fun, agreed. And in most cases, I did that all the time, just like sitting there like, yep, I'm going to use it. Oh no, I haven't channeled it. Jesus Christ, not again. I know we're not all like me, you know, I'm getting on a bit, but still, yeah, charging up that ability or that utility was just, yeah, it was a bit long-winded. Also required you to prepare your mantras again after the cooldown, as explained just then. Instead of being rewarding to use, mantras have been a chore, something you need to remember to do every time you change maps or respawn or deal with after every /GG in a fractal strike or raid. Holding your group up while you again prepare each of your mantras never feels great either. During the development of this balance patch, we tried several alternatives, including automatic preparation while out of combat. Ultimately, we found the best course of action was to simply simplify the mantra skills and remove the preparation mechanic altogether, as this ensures that we can have consistent behavior between Mesmer and Firebrand mantras, as well as consistent core functionality between PvE and PvP game modes. As a result, in this balance update, we have decided to rework both Mesmer and Firebrand mantras into simple ammunition skills. Interesting. So what does this mean? No more preparing mantras before use. They are always in the ready mode, storing up uses. Firebrand mantras are no longer stronger on the final charge, and all uses are the same. Mesmer mantras no longer do something on preparing. That's going to be more of the, I think you had like mirror and stuff you could trait when you were prepping your Mesmer mantras, if I remember rightly. Some related tuning and trait changes will happen as a result. While this results in a loss of some of the current flavor inherent to the mantra skill type, we have found that the ability to easily read, understand, and use these skills in normal gameplay is a strong improvement to the play experience. There we go. So general patch stuff. To better indicate which skills will deal defiance damage, icons will within skills 2 tooltips that represent applied control effects are now purple. Exposed effect that is placed on many boss enemies when their defiance bar is broken has been adjusted. Ooh, okay, whatever. Text on many damage increasing professions, traits, runes, and sigils has been clarified to indicate whether they increase outgoing, strike damage, condition damage, or all damage is appropriate. The superior sigil of stars now also increases concentrate, blah, blah, whatever. Okay, that's one. Okay, so here's the profession skills. Now, I'm not going to go over a lot of stuff. Maybe we'll just go for it all. It's not that bad. How long have we been going for in this video? 13 minutes. Screw it, I'll do little chapters. I've never done that. I've not done that before on YouTube. Let's do that. All right. Boom. Let's go. Profession skills. Elementalist. We feel that the Elementalist has been in a very good place since the July of 2020 balance update. Both Tempests and Weavers have effective high damage power and condition damage builds available, while the Tempest is also powerful in a support role, which I actually played Tempest in raids very recently and it was very fun. We weren't completely happy that the top end power and condition damage Elementalist builds have been approximately the same sustained damage, so we're making some minor targeted reductions to the power builds and increases to condition damage sources to help condition damage builds really shine on bosses and other hard targets, and to ensure that they aren't left behind by the effects that the Torment condition change has for other professions. Obviously, Torment isn't really something that an Elementalist does. Scepter Flame Strike total casting time reduced by 25%. Warhorn Wildfire and Burning duration increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Lightning Orb reduced power coefficient per strike from, so they're reducing the power and putting up the condition damage a bit. It's not a massive amount of change here though, is it? Elements of Rage, strike damage bonus reduced from 10% to 5%, increased condition damage by... Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you can see that. They're trying to increase that condition damage output there. So Scrapper, this is the one I'm really interested in specifically. We can have a look at this here as well. Engineer. While the Scrapper can be played as an effective healer, it hasn't had access to the offensive boons it needs to be truly valuable as a support role in group PvE content. Now, the reason what they're saying is that it doesn't do anything else other than healing and rezzing well, which is kind of what Scourge is like. I'm kind of thinking they might do that with Scourge as well, although to be fair, it does give a lot of barrier to the team, so hey, that's the thing. And, you know, Scrapper doesn't really do that much compared to like a Scourge, you know. As a result, we've been seeing the Scrapper gets very little play outside of World v World. With this update, we're reworking the Scrapper trait's kinetic stabilizers so that Scrappers can apply quickness boon on up to 5 targets. Now, obviously you want to have it onto 5 targets because of PvP, which is awesome. But also, I think they're kind of trying to reduce targets to 5 people to get some more build variation of things like raids and World v World maybe as well. But obviously, you'll just have a ton of Scrappers in different groups and stuff in World v World, I'm assuming anyway. So with this update, we're reworking Scrap Trait. This kinetic stabilizers is right here. Now it's obviously going up against things like applied force, again quickness when you gain might or above the health threshold. That's for yourself. I think they're redoing that a bit as well. They might be. Yeah, they are. And then you're going obviously against barriers are stronger. This is going to be more supportive. So at the moment it's gain stability and super speed when disabling an enemy. This is much better because this trait is okay for PvP and I don't mind it, but you didn't really do much days and stuff anyway. So this, I feel like, is a good change. It's going to be more of a PvE thing, I think, more than anything, but we'll see. Let's go through and see what it actually says. Also taking some potential damage out of Holosmith's heat management in Laser's Edge, and we're instead adding more power to the core explosives traits. Glass cannon, making that damage accessible to more builds. Yes, because Holosmith was pretty good with the old damage. Overcharged shots. Yes, and will no longer knock back the engineer. Oh, there you go. Have I got a rifle actually? Thinking about it. Don't know if I have. So that knocks you back quite far. It will no longer do that. That's interesting. Explosives, glass cannon, sorry. Gas cannon. Good lord. Where is it? Glass cannon. There we go. So at the moment it says damage increases when above the health threshold. So what does it say now? Increased strike damage bonus from 7 to 10%. Okay, well there you go. They've just literally moved the damage. Scrapper, kinetic stabilizers has been reworked and renamed. It's now called kinetic accelerators. So kinetic accelerators, when you grant super speed to a target, also grant quickness for 2 seconds. Now you can use different skills to get super speed. There's a super speed build for Scrappers where you can have, like, you know, gyroscopic acceleration. So while abilities have an increased area of effect and grant super speed to nearby allies on their final pulse. So obviously, you know, gyros were changed to wells a while ago, and you will just literally probably just have 2 gyros, like supportive gyros, these 2. And you may even have the sneak gyro as well, and then you'll probably just be like boom, boom, boom kind of thing, and it will just stack up. And that's obviously when it's used on its final pulse, and it will just kind of go a lot quicker, and then alacrity will be very important. You build up the quickness, blah, blah, blah. It'll be cool. It's in combat, sorry. And I haven't actually got the trait there anyway, so it doesn't matter. You get what I'm trying to say in terms of what it will be like when you use it in PvE and whatnot. I didn't say the utility goggles change as well. Duration of resistance increased from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. That's cool. Interesting. Okay, so applied force has been reworked to grant stability instead of quickness. Ooh. Oh, okay, so that's because they've got the quickness there, right? Yeah, makes sense. And because they're removing the stability from kinetic stabilizers as well. So, applied force being reworked to grant stability instead of quickness and to grant extra power from might. Ooh. Players now gain stability when they gain might above the threshold. Might grants bonus power. Thank you for that email from school. This is a long video, so there's loads of other stuff going in the background. I am at school, don't forget. Oh, wow. Okay. That's going to be very interesting. If you go for a flamethrower, my flamethrower scrapper build is going to be amazing. Oh my god, I can't wait for that. Anyway, that'll be around next time. Hollowsmith Laser's Edge reduced the maximum damage increase from 25% to 15% PvE only. This matches the current value in PvP and World vs. World. Guardian. Oh, let's have a look. Maybe I'll change to Guardian. Let's do that. Sometimes we do that when we're doing the having a look at all the things, you know? Sometimes it's nice to do that. Let's not go to the naked guy. Let's go to this one instead. Boom. Guardian has always been a very flexible and powerful profession. While we were happy with the current build diversity available to Guardians, we are working to extend that same diversity to other professions. We've observed that all Guardian damage builds, both condition and power, utilize the same combination of Zeal and Radiant specializations, as they have optimal trait choices for each. We are making a few changes to Zeal, Virtues, and underperforming Consecration utility skills to better differentiate the two specializations and allow Virtues to be a viable option for condition damage builds. Interesting. Virtues is very supportive. Virtues is all about, you know, let's go over to Virtues. There you go. So that's going to change. That retaliation is going to change to resolve. So that's going to be really, really good. Resolution, sorry, the new boon. That's actually going to be very good. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to this change. Some of these changes. Though, it's just, even if it's like doesn't work. And at the beginning, it's just a good change. Like, it's good to have change. It's good to have a little bit of a mix-up. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's have a look. Scepter, symbol of punishment, increased cooldown from 6 seconds to 10 seconds in PvE, and from 8 seconds to 10 seconds in World v World. Chains of Light, which is the third skill on Scepter. I think I've got that. Yeah, there you go. It now requires a target to activate. Okay. Staff, symbol of swiftness, decreased cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds in PvE only. Okay, cool. Greatsword, symbol of wrath. This skill has been renamed to symbol of resolution. Symbol of resolution, reduced cooldown from 20 seconds to 12 seconds. Damage per strike reduced by 10%. Often, it's available more often though, which is cool. Consecration change. Wall of reflection, reduced base duration from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. Interesting. Reduced cooldown from 30 to 25. It doesn't say, if it doesn't say one PvE or PvP only, I'm suspect that just means both. Okay. Purging Flames, reduced radius from 240 to 180. The skill no longer burns foes that cross the outside of the field. It says it now applies 1 stack of burning with a 4-second duration on foes inside the radius when cast, and again on each pulse for the duration of the effect. Cooldown reduced from 35 to 25 seconds only in PvE. Sanctuary, reduced cooldown from 60 seconds to 50 seconds. That's cool. And it will be reduced more with traits, right? I'll have to think about where is it? It's consecration. Okay, you can reduce consecration skills. You might be able to get that a little bit more often. That could be interesting to see that come into PvP maybe. You never know. Shouts, save yourselves, increase the duration of resistance from 1.5 seconds to 3 seconds, because you're not going to get the retaliation, obviously. No, because of the... Yeah, brain. I'm thinking about builds. Not now, Jebro. It's okay. We're doing a video. Shh. Quiet. Radiance. Healer's Retribution. This trait has been renamed Healer's Resolution. Ooh. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. Virtues. Inspired virtue. The trait inspired virtue. Where is that? There you go. This trait now additionally increases strike damage for each boon on the Guardian. Oh. Really? This effect was formerly on Power of the Virtuous. Interesting. Absolute Resolution. This trait has been renamed Absolute Resolve. Absolute Resolution. Can't remember where this is. There it is, because the retaliation. Oh yeah, of course. So gain retaliation when you activate a virtue. So you're going to gain resolution when you gain retaliation. And you will be, well, in this build it's augmented because of different things that's going on. Retaliation longer. So it's going to be, you're going to get resolution for what, 3 3/4 seconds or whatever that is. Yeah. Power of the Virtuous has been reworked. Guardians now gain condition damage based on vitality. Wait, where is that? Oh, really? Based on vitality, though. I mean, I guess you can go Carrion, which is what you are now, right? I'm pretty sure, Jebro. Yeah, based on vitality. 20k health. There you go. We are on Virtues now, anyway. Oh no, it's not going to bring out this burning build. Yeah, Virtues is going to be even better for this build now. Oh, good lord, that's painful. Okay, well, there you go. Zeal speed. Oh my god. The trait has been renamed Zealot's Resolution, obviously, because of the retaliation. Lesser Symbol of Wrath. Well, actually, let's just quickly check that. Cast Lesser Symbol of Wrath when you are struck. Yeah, because of the retaliation. Lesser Symbol of Wrath, been renamed to Lesser Symbol of Resolution, as we said. Symbolic Power. Symbol strikes no longer charge the Virtue skill 1 passive effect more quickly. Interesting. Eternal Armory. Spirit weapons now only apply burning on their first strike per cast. Interesting. So gain additional casts, improved count charge, and burning foes they strike. Ah. Okay, increased burn duration from 4 seconds to 8 seconds in PvE and 2.5 seconds to 5 seconds in World v World, and from 2 seconds to 4 seconds in PvP. That's because you only get that one burning there. Reduction into a total burning from Sword of Justice and an increase in total burning to Hammer of Wisdom and Shield of Avenger when used with this trait. So the spinny, burny horribleness of this build will start to disappear, which is good. Because it's silly. But I haven't played much PvP recently, so I don't know if it's even used recently, to be fair. But anyway, let's keep going. Firebrand Stoke. Demeanor. Fix the bug. Screw that. Mantras. Mantras no longer need to be charged because we talked about that earlier. And they hold 3 charges by default, and the final charge is no longer stronger than regenerate ammunition normally. Yeah, that's good. Dragon Hunter. Defender's Dogma. The trait now uses the correct icon. Ooh. Fear of Sight. This trait now uses the correct icon. Description has been clarified to communicate the strike damage dealt increases blah blah blah. Sorry. The Longbow on Dragon Hunter. Puncture Shot. Remove the bouncing aspect of this skill. This skill now pierces enemies and inflicts the cripple duration on all enemies it hits if it hits more than one. Oh, that's cool. With a cap of 5 targets. Okay. Symbol of Energy. Cooldown reduced from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Hunter's Ward. This skill's cast has been reworked. The Dragon Hunter will now channel the skill for 1 second and then release the barrage, allowing movement while the attacks occur and traps are formed. Interesting. Okay, yeah, because you were kind of stuck in. You kind of just stuck, weren't you? Have I got a longbow? Yeah, there we go. There it is, Hunter's Ward. So here, there we go. Oh no. See, it doesn't actually work otherwise, right? Okay. We'll try that again when it comes back up so I can show you a better example. Although, to be fair, by the time it does, we will be outsies. Although we will be because it's now Mesmer. Let's have a look at the old Mesmer, shall we? But that's good. It gives them a little bit more movement, not being stuck in the same place, which, you know, I kind of like that because it's supposed to be how it was anyway. Right, let's go over to Mesmer. Necromancer has been steeply overperforming because you can have 10 Mesmers in a raid and their damage is awesome and all their boon output is awesome as well. So yes, please just don't get rid of it, obviously, but like just move it a bit. You know, that would be good. I think that's a good idea. Leading to an environment in which the best way to tackle almost any challenge is to throw more Necromancers in it. Yes, this is very true. On the other hand, Mirage hasn't been performing at the level we'd like it to. It's been relegated to a damage role in only a few specific boss encounters in which Confusion is particularly potent. With this update, Mirage will see general improvement performance from the change to the Torment condition, with the option of using a reworked Chaos specialization that will now better synergize for condition damage and support builds. We're also creating a new possible Boon support role for Mirages, using the staff by changing Chaos Vortex to grant might and alacrity to up to 10 allied targets. What? Really? Have I got stuff? Oh, I got stuff. There you go. Okay. So that's obviously when you dodge. And it changes your thingy to, what is it? Chaos? Chaos Vortex? Yeah. Changing Chaos Vortex, the ambush skill, to grant might and alacrity. So how many players? Okay, what does it say now? Release a vortex of chaos energy that inflicts conditions on foes and grants boons to allies. So this is just going to literally take away the... Oh, and the might's good. Maybe it'll just add... Well, it does might and fury in the moment. So they're trying to think of maybe just getting rid of Necromancer altogether. I mean, maybe not. Oh, that's quite cool. And I guess so. I guess. Stack up that. I'm actually getting a lot of might from this build anyway, to be fair. That could be quite cool in PvP as well, to be fair. Anyway. Ignore me. That's pretty cool though. That's going to be an option. Even just for having damage mirages, like having more of the damage builds coming out with like literally like giving boons to the rest of your team as well, like in a supportive way, and having good damage as well. That's good. That's cool. I like that. Deception down skilled 2. The skill is now ground targeted while on land and no longer displaces the player when summoning a clone while underwater. You can actually, so in your down state number 2, you just get ported. You can actually target somewhere to go. That's like the thief down state. That's awesome. Nice. Arcane Thievery. This skill is now requires the target to activate. Makes sense. Time Warp. Reduced cooldown from 180 seconds to 120 seconds. Reduced duration from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Skill now applies 1 second of quickness and slow per pulse for a total of 6 pulses over a 5-second duration. That's a lot of burst damage. More coordination with that. And PvP doesn't say anything. That's really big change actually. The duration is big as well, but like you're gonna get more value out of this. Every 2 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, that's a good 6, 7 you can get out in a game if you want to use that. Whether or not you will, I don't know. Mirage is played at the moment. And this elite skill is too good. Anyway, Confusion. Sword. Legionary Riposte no longer replaces the player when summoning a clone. Oh, displaces the player, sorry. This no longer displaces the player when summoning a clone. Okay. Stuff. Winds of Chaos increase projectile speed by 25%, increasing its casting speed by 0.1 second. Lowered after cast animation lock by 0.2 seconds, fixing the inconsistency with projectile behavior, blah, blah, blah. This skill now plays Torment for 5 seconds to the first target struck, and Confusion for 5 seconds on subsequent hit enemies. Allies hit gain Might for 5 seconds and Fury for 3 seconds. Chaos Armor. Reduced Recharge to 25 seconds. The skill no longer applies a random condition to nearby foes when cast. Instead, now applies blindness and confusion. Oh, cool. Okay. Chaos Storm reduced recharge to 25 seconds in PvE only. Okay. Mirage. So Chaos Vortex. This is just the normal thing, obviously, because this is just normal Winds of Chaos. It's just the first ability. Just remember that. Just be careful. Chaos Vortex, which is the ambush, obviously, on Staff 1 when you do the dodge. Projectile now only strikes enemies up to 10 nearby allies. 10, that is, gain boons. The boons gained are now might. 8? What? What? That's... they've just given the same job to a flipping Mesmer. Like, that thing's gonna... Well, why wouldn't you just have, like, tons of Mirages? I don't get it. Oh, anyway, they should have done it to 5. That was silly. And then they could have just had Scrapper as well. Oh, no, it's might. It's not quickness. 8 stacks of might for 15-second duration. It does mean that other classes can just go for more support rather than just bringing out might, I guess. 15-second duration in PvE and a 4 stacks and 6-second duration in PvP and World v World. And alacrity as well, 3-second duration. And no, boons are applied near the Mesmer only, not near clones. That's good. Necromancer Danger Time, remove the critical bonus damage. Chrono Phantasma, resummoned Phantasm damage is now 75% in PvE only. Seize the moment, quickness duration per clone. Shatter has been reduced from 1.5 to 1 second in PvE only. Chaos, Illusionary Membrane, this trait has been reworked while regenerating. Condition damage dealt is increased and condition damage taken. This is where I'm going to be a little bit more like, I'm not too sure about this, so I'm probably going to start to just move forward. But I'm going to read it anyway. Chaotic Persistence. This trait has been reworked. Gain concentration and expertise while regenerating. Interesting. Okay, let me just check. Domination Illusions. Alright, okay. This is a good build I was playing recently. Let's have a look where these are. Illusionary Membrane. I think that is not there. There we go. There it is. So gain protection when you gain regeneration. While regenerating, condition damage dealt is increased. Oh, okay. Okay. Condition damage taken is reduced. Oh, that's nice. It's actually quite defensive. Chaotic Persistence. Where's that? Trait has been reworked. Gain concentration and expertise while regenerating. Where is that? Jebro is blind. It is 1 AM. Am I completely blind here? Chaotic Persistence? I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna stop talking. Interruption and prosthetic understanding, bountiful femited. This is the last one I go over. Outgoing boon and condition duration increase for every boon on you. Ah, okay. That's good. Okay, just literally giving it the stat. Okay, whatever. I was just getting annoyed. I was like, where the hell is it? Chaotic Dampening. This trait has been reworked and renamed Chaotic Potency. Ooh. There we go. So it was Chaos Armor grants protection, Staff and Trident skills gain reduced recharge, and it is now going to be called Chaotic Potency. So you're going to gain condition damage, gained additional condition damage while wielding a staff, and recharge of staff skills is reduced. So this build that I'm playing now, which is kind of the roaming PvP build, you might actually be going for staff. With probably axe, I guess, and to be fair, you've got some defensive utility with stuff as well. I don't know, maybe you won't go for stuff. We'll have to see. The thing is, you get like the quickness and the alacrity and stuff as well. I don't know how useful that's going to be. We'll see. Chaos Transference, this trait has been reworked. Chaos Armor grants 3 seconds of protection, and you gain regeneration for 5 seconds with a 15-second cooldown when gaining protection. Ooh. That's in the same line though, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. There's going to be some nice decisions. There's some nice changes in there actually for Chaos. Kind of like that. I wonder what other Mesmer players think about that. Necro. So Necro is a flexible and durable profession. Ooh. We know. Is he naked? Yeah, probably. It's currently in need of. It's not currently in need of many major changes, but alongside general improvements, the performance of other condition damage specializations, we're improving the Necromancer's access to condition damage and curses with improved condition application. We're also making improvements in soul reaping with soul barbs to increase condition damage. We're making small improvements to the usability of several traits in blood magic specialization. So Ghastly Claws, this is my condition build. Skill no longer fires projectiles at enemies located behind the player. Okay. Oh, sorry, that was Lich Form. Ghastly Claws, the skill now requires the target to activate. Oh, really? You can't just randomly do it for fun? Oh, that sucks. Curses, barbed precision, increased duration of bleeding inflicted from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Did they do this because of my teapot? Because of the flipping plague doctor build with the bleeding? Insidious disruption, increased duration of torment from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Condi Necro. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Blood magic, mark of evasion. The trait no longer has an internal cooldown. Let's go to blood magic. Wherever it is. There we go. Mark of evasion, there it is. Boom. Wait a minute. Trait no longer has an internal cooldown? Really? You sure about that? Blood, that seems like a really bad idea for PvP. Blood bond. Awesome. Just thinking about that. It's just thinking about how bad that's gonna be. Blood bond. Blood bank. Reduced internal cooldown from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. Okay. Blood bank, which is up there. In addition to its previous effects, this trait now grants a barrier for health gained while below that full health at 15% rate. Jesus. Really? Oh, because they're trying to make it compete with transfusion, PvP and even PvE as well. You'd still go with this. It's too strong. I don't think that's going to change it, but you know. Soul reaping, soul barbs. Sorry, we're here. Soul Witch is here. Entering or exiting shroud increases your damage for a duration. This trait now increases all damage dealt, not only strike damage. Interesting. Necro looks like he's getting some nice buffs actually. Reaper infusing terror. The skill can now be used in mid-air. Better functions with death charge. There we go. Ranger's not getting many changes either. The Ranger is a potent damage dealer. We've seen the Soul Beast has extreme burst damage potential, and unfortunately in this case, this has helped create some very homogeneous group compositions. In this patch, we're weakening Sikkim when used by a Soul Beast by lowering the damage bonus to 25%, matching the current balancing for this skill in PvP and World v World. We're also increasing the cooldown of one wolf pack. However, while we do want to slightly lower the extreme burst damage moments for Soul Beast, we don't want to significantly lower its overall damage per second on longer encounters. To this end, we're also increasing the damage bonuses granted by Furious Strength, providing an overall increase to sustained damage per second. So Sikkim, when used by a merged Soul Beast, the damage bonus granted is now 25%. When used by any other Ranger specialization or an unmerged Soul Beast, the damage bonus granted to the pet is 40%. Soul Beast, one wolf pack, increased cooldown from 60 to 80 in PvE only. Furious Strength increased bonus. Again, some of these skills I'm like, bleh. Warhorn, Call of the Wild, reduced the animation after cast time by approximately 0.5 seconds. The pet's next attacks are no longer unblockable. The skill now dazes and weakens nearby enemies when cast. Daze duration is 2 seconds in PvE, and oh, that's cool. like the Necro Warhorn. Some CC there. 4 raids and, well, PvE content as well. Good stuff. And good for CC in PvP. Revenant. There we go. Renegade condition builds will be positively impacted by the general change to Torment in this patch, while they will be finding they maintain and while they will be finding that they maintain and even improve their already strong performance, we are preemptively, which is important, making slight decreases to the duration and applied Torment from several skills, as condition renegade builds were already one of the most potent condition damage builds. We'd like to improve other possible variations to the current favorite invocation build, and as such we're allowing specific traits in both retribution and devastation to increase all damage dealt instead of strike damage only. Alongside these changes, we're updating the retribution specialization to match the removal of the retaliation boon and its replacement with resolution. We're improving the strike damage of the renegade's colors further effect by changing it from a ferocity bonus to a bonus to all damage dealt. Okay, this damage will allow renegade power builds to be more viable for general play in open world and mission contexts, although it's unlikely to create a renegade power build for high-end PvE content. Is that going to affect the alacrity build? Maybe. I guess? Maybe? Need to read it as we go through. Soulcleave's Summit was a skill we had been watching. Its ability to grant uncapped healing power per second, limited only by how many times someone can hit while under its effects, resulted in unintuitive gameplay. When Soulcleave's Summit was active, players were incentivized to use the skills that could hit the highest number of times. This unpredictable rate of healing is not something that can be balanced. As a result, it created situations where it would allow groups to ignore intended fight mechanics. Yes. I'm going to log on to my Revenant, see if he's still around. He should be somewhere. Oh, he did try and pull this out, actually. What is it called? Soulcleave Summit. Need to remember where this is. Ooh, it's the elite, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was a big heal as well, actually. Because you could just put it down, look. Soulcleave Summit, legendary renegade, summon lieutenant, fellow Soulcleave to grant your allies strikes, incredible bloodthirst, inflicts damage and restoring health. So you could just put it down. And yeah. It was not that bad though, was it? Oh well, okay. I didn't play it enough. And Revenant is again not one of my most au fait classes, but I was going to try and play it for the raid last week. The support kind of alacrity build, or whatever it is it quickness or alacrity? Well, with this it was alacrity here, and it was might as well, healing and support from there. Those two skills are literally, you just switch, and then you were healing in a centaur, and then you were just smashing natural harmony. Wasn't the most fun thing ever. I was like, people were like, it's really fun, and I was like, oh, is it really? Obviously, you know, you've got the tablet as well and whatnot, but yeah, it's kind of fun, I guess. I haven't really played it that much, so I'll have to see. Healing output isn't great. I thought anyway, but maybe I'm just talking rubbish. Retribution, Spiritual Reckoning. This trait has been renamed Spiritual Resolution. Increase the duration of granted boon from 3 seconds to 6 seconds in PvE only. Spiritual Reckoning, Retribution. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. There we go. Ah, because it's going to be changed. Obviously not going to be retaliation anymore. There we go. Determined resolution to damage reduction is now gained, while the Revenant has resolution rather than vigor, of course. Retaliatory evasion, the trait has been renamed Resolute Evasion, which makes sense because of obviously retaliation changing. Vicious Reprisal, this trait now increases all damage dealt rather than the strike damage only. This looks like they're trying to do that. to make some of these things more, these trait lines more like, you know, this is going to just increase your general damage rather than just blah this. Wow, this is going to be a long video. Is it 15 minutes? Oh, good lord, let's go quicker. Invocation. Wait, where did I go? Yeah, invocation, there we go. Ferocious aggression. This trait now also increases damage dealt from life stealing. Okay, cool. Corruption, fiendish tenacity, increased resistance duration from 3 seconds to 5 seconds in PvE only. Devastation, destructive impulses. This trait now increases all damage dealt rather than the strike damage only, which is what we talked about before. Encouraging more builds, which is good. Renegade, Soul Cleave's Summit. Lifestealing can now trigger a maximum of once per second for each affected target. Kala's Favor. This effect no longer increases ferocity. It now increases all damage dealt by 2% per stack in PvE. Where is that? Echoing Eruption. Oh, Kala's Favor, sorry. I'm in the wrong one. My bad. I'm been fit silly. Let me just double check what this is, because I am literally like Renegade. Oh dear. That's an oh dear one for me. Invisible effect. Oh right, yes, the stacking. Okay, I get it. Kala's Favor is the stacking effect exclusive to Renegade Elite Specialization Revenant. The effect passively grants ferocity and 2% condition damage currently. Okay, got ya. I get it, right? I get it. Oh dear. See, it's all in there. It's all in the Renegade specialization. Okay, so... Ooh. The thing is, I'm having like loads of thoughts here about builds and stuff. This is the thing. The effect no longer increases ferocity, it now increases all damage by 2% per stack. It's just not ferocity. That's interesting, isn't it? Their damage is going to go down quite a lot, isn't it? I would have thought. Okay. Revenant isn't my like major speciality, so I'm wondering what Revenant feels about that. Axe, Temporal Rift, reduced Torment duration from 12 seconds to 10 in PvE only. And Legendary Demon Stance, Embrace the Darkness, reduced Torment duration. Yeah, okay. Because their output is going to be pretty ridiculous. Increased base resistance duration from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Thief has had some of the least build diversity in PvE gameplay for a while, and it's overdue for some improvement. While we're happy with the power damage rolls currently available for Thief players, we'd like to bring back Thief condition builds as another option. Please no in PvP, please no. In this update, we're improving the conditions applied by daggers, no, and short bows, and we're adding more condition-related power to the trickery specialization by giving it a source of expertise and multiplier to bleed damage. Notably, we're reducing the maximum targets of the stolen skill Detonate Plasma, which affects Thief Boon build compositions in a few specific raid encounters. Now that we've added additional sources of quickness to the Scrapper specialization, we believe it's appropriate time also to bring Thief Boon build roll in these encounters down to match, providing boons including quickness for half of the raid squad. This will allow for less squad roll shuffling in these encounters. If a squad still chooses to utilize the Thief Boon build, they will only replace one quickness provider. Interesting. They're really thinking about PvE quite a lot, aren't they? Interesting. I'm just going to read through these. I'm not going to really talk about it much again. Thief, not really something I focus a lot on myself. I'll read it anyway. Detonate Plasma, stolen skill, reduce maximum charges from 10 to 5. Dagger, Wild Strike, the skill now inflicts 2 stacks of bleeding. That's actually going to be horrible. And for 3 seconds in PvE and 1 stack in PvP. Short bow, Trick Shot, reduced animation length by 0.2 seconds. The skill no longer deals increased strike damage to poisoned enemies. Instead, it applies 1 stack of bleeding for 4 seconds. Oh god. Surprise shot, malicious surprise shot. These skills are now additionally apply 3 stacks of bleeding for 5 seconds in PvE and 1 second PvP in World v World. That's good. They actually know that that's going to be a problem because they know condition builds in PvP are gross. Choking gas increased poison duration from 2 seconds to 3 seconds in PvE and World v World only. This now matches the duration in PvP modes. Deadly Arts, improvisation. The cooldown of this trait has been reduced from 20 to 15. Trickery, preparedness. This trait now increases at expertise by 150. Bewildering ambush. This has been reworked and named Deadly Ambush. And Deadly Ambush now, stealing also applies 3 stacks of bleeding for 10 seconds in PvE and 3 stacks for 6 seconds in PvP. Wow. I wonder how like Valen feels and other people who play Thief and Zen. Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Deadeye, Blinding Shadow. This skill now reveals the caster if they're using stealth when the skill begins. Reduce the aftercast animation from 0.25 seconds to 0.08 seconds. So, well, there you go. Poison builds in PvP could be more prominent. PvE stuffs, boon builds, all that kind of stuff looks like it could be fun. I'm gonna go a bit quicker now because this video's gone on for way longer and it's 2 AM. I didn't expect this to happen. Sorry. Warrior. Berserker has been the great place for a strong place with strong support power and condition builds that are successful in all content. However, Spellbreaker lacks the damage it needs to keep up, and the line between banner support and damage oriented builds is very blurry. You mean it's one or the other? Is it? No, because you can play Berserker banner builds and be, yeah, I don't know, because Spellbreaker isn't really there, is it? Okay, with this update, we're making improvements to tactics to make it a more viable alternative to discipline, and we're improving Spellbreaker's damage capability. We're also lowering the base target cap of banners to 5 players, with the choice of support builds to utilize the double standards trait to raise the target's cap to 10. All banners are now gaining light combo fields, giving all warrior specializations some access to condition cleanse combos. Ooh, that's cool. Right, I've played this support build in PvE actually. I have played it a little bit. I've played Shout Warrior in PvP as well. He is naked, so I hope you don't mind. Legendary armor is coming, everyone. He won't be naked for long. It's gonna be okay. I hope you can assign different looks to this armor when you do it as well. Also, Rifle is receiving an improvement pass, improving its ability to combat multiple targets and giving it more utility as a ranged power weapon in general mission and open world play. Doesn't really see much play in PvP, to be fair, either. So, but these are going to grant no blast, so that is going to be a light combo field as well. See this? This is quite a big area when it pops down. Okay. Is it going to be that area? That's quite big. Interesting. Okay. Rifle, Fierce Shot. This attack now pierces but no longer grants bonus adrenaline against vulnerable targets. Instead, it grants 1 stack of might for 5 seconds to the warrior. We'd need to put a rifle in. I don't think we've got one actually, to be honest. So I should just see the comparative skills. Oh, we do. There we go. Okay. So Fierce Shot, which is the first shot, is it? Attack now pierces but no longer grants bonus adrenaline against targets. Instead, vulnerable targets. Instead, it grants 1 stack of might for 5 seconds. That's cool. To the warrior when hitting a vulnerable target. Gotta make sure they got vulnerability. Obviously, with aimed shot, when you use that, then you hit with your 1 ability. Or obviously in boss raids and stuff like that, are always going to be vulnerable, so you were doing more damage with a rifle. That's cool. Or any open world fight, any fight. That's cool actually. I like that. Crack shot, because a lot of the single abilities on a lot of weapons give some kind of boon or condition, whereas this is just damage. Combo finisher projectile, I guess, as well as a bonus, but you know, can't really focuses on that. Crack shot, instead of granting bonus adrenaline when Fierce Shot hits, this trait now causes Fierce Shot to deal 10% bonus damage in addition to its previous effects. Okay. Fear shot. Sorry, that's in the traits. My bad. Aim shot. This skill has been removed. Wait. Aimed shot. My bad. Oh. Volley. This skill has moved to slot 2 on the weapon. Okay, interesting. So the vulnerability doesn't exist there anymore. Okay. Explosive shell. This new skill takes slot 3 on the rifle. So they're completely getting rid of that. Okay. Previously occupied by volley, this attack shoots a large shell at the target that explodes on contact with an enemy. The explosion creates a cone-shaped blast that fires through the target, striking foes behind them and inflicting the crippled condition and vulnerability. Big AoE. They have to actually give it an AoE ability, a bit like a flamethrower, I guess, in a way. Just one attack, like the flame blob thing. I can't remember the ability's name. It's still him. Banners reduce the number of allied targets affected from 10 to 5. Even less reason to use it, I guess. Unless, well, I don't need to feel guilty about not playing this in raids, basically. You don't have to play this in raids. You don't have to play anything in raids. Raids aren't that difficult. It's just optimal, you know. I'm proving that at the moment with our awesome guild, if you want to do it. Banners no longer cost blast finishes. Now they create a light field that persists for 5 seconds after the banner is summoned. Seems a bit pointless, but in PvP, not so much. Strength. Peak performance. Reduce the additional strike damage applied for a period of time after using a physical skill from 15% to 10% in PvE. And Great Fortitude. The trait now increases ferocity by 10% of vitality. That's quite cool. Defense. Color Weak. Increased damage bonus from 7% to 10% PvE only. Sparked armor has been renamed Hardened Armor. Well, there's a lot of changes here. Tactics, marching orders, reduce internal cooldown to gain soldiers' focus from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. We're going to have to open tactics up here, I think. Have a little bit of a closer look at this. More changes over, obviously. Get the different effects. Marching orders. Let's just quickly find this. There we go. Reduce internal cooldown to gain soldiers focus from 10 to 15. So that's the might hing with a burst skill. Expend soldiers focus to grant might to nearby allies. Oh, so because you... Alright, how many allies is that? Number 5. Okay. So they've taken might away from the amount of people you can give it to. You still give might to 5. So you give more might to people probably in your group, or 5 people, or more often if you're going into this line. Okay, I get it. This is cool, I guess. Leg specialist, increased damage bonus from 7% to 10%. Immobilize the target when you're crippled with a skill, deal more damage to foes affected with movement impairing conditions. Okay. Roaring Revile, increased duration of the resistance boon granted to the Warhorn skill. Call of Valor from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Warrior's Cunning, reduced health threshold for damage bonus from 90% to 80%. Warrior's Cunning is... Oh, I can't remember. Am I in the right place for this? Yeah. Okay, deal more damage to foes above the threshold. Okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Discipline. Ooh. Let's change this one again. Warrior Sprint, increased damage bonus from 7% to 10%. So run faster while wielding melee weapons and deal increased damage while you have swiftness. There you go. Double standards, reduced bonus effect from banners from 100% to 50%. Trait now additionally increases the maximum number of allied targets from 5 to 10. Wait a minute. Have I got this round the wrong way? Maybe. Oh wait, so banners base. Oh, okay, I see. We're also lowering the base cap of banners to 5 players, and you can increase it to 10 via via this trait line. Okay, so this is all right. I get it. So that's obviously going to be taken. So they've just moved it to a trait thing. Okay, I got it. I think I was a bit slow on that one. Apologize for that. Let's go back down to disciplines. So we're in sprint there. Double standards. Where's that? There we go. Unique banner effect applied to you are stronger. Gain swiftness when you summon and pick up a banner, but you get the trait now additionally increases number of targets for 5%. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Axe mastery. This no longer grants additional ferocity for a second equipped axe. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright, fair enough. Spellbreaker, Sun and Moon style. Oh, this is actually the end. Oh, I was enjoying that. I know there's something else to kind of go through. I wonder, I was thinking about elite specializations, they didn't get much change. Scourge didn't actually, and I thought they were. Interesting. Okay. Sun and Moon style, fix the bug that would cause the trait bonuses to be temporarily lost after recovering from the down state. The main hand dagger bonus has been reworked to deal an additional 10% strike damage to foes with no boons. And attackers insight, so that's going to be better in raids if they want to use that. Attackers insight, each stack of the insight effects now grants an additional 50 power, precision and ferocity at level 80 in PvE. Each stack now grants an additional 35 power, precision and ferocity in PvP and World v World. Previously, each stack granted 45 power and ferocity. Okay, well there you go. Full count at the attack portion of the skill now correctly triggers if the spellbreaker is in midair, allowing the skill to end correctly, and that is that. I should have done more. In all honesty, I really should, and I should have thought about it before I did it. But I didn't. I just wanted to go through the patch notes. If you just wanted to go listen to the patch notes being read for a lot of that, and also just think about, like, literally, I was thinking about what I was doing. I was thinking about like some of the PvP builds, some of the PvE builds I've played. Like I've played Banner Warrior in PvE for raiding. I've played, like, you know, I obviously play Engineer. I've played a little bit of Renegade in PvE content, only a tiny bit. And obviously I've played Guardian a ton and played a little bit of Mesmer the other day in PvP, but that was just because someone selected it while I was playing live, which you can do as well. But otherwise, that is actually it. It is pretty good. I think there's some more that could be done. In all honesty, definitely think so. I like that rework of rifle for warrior, obviously. That's cool. I think what we are really interested in, this is just getting ready. This is like the pre-patch. This is getting ready for the things, okay? This is getting ready for the expansion, which is coming this year, and it's going to be announced in July. They're going to announce it during the big reveal live stream that they're going to be doing, and I'm pretty excited for that. Hopefully you are too. Everyone, I'm going to see you in the very near future in a video or on twitch.tv/Jebro. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. I know it was a long video. If you've been here, you've just been listening to me in the background. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming. There's a lot more YouTube content coming to Guild Wars 2. Come and watch us, because we're streaming more of it as well now as well. All right? Let you know your friends. Let your friends know I should go to bed. I will see you later. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. And good night for now. Bye-bye.